Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nazwar Syihab and I am from the 4th semester of English Education Department from Sunan Gunung Djati, Islamic State University of Bandung. And now I'm here, I'm gonna tell you guys about the characteristic of young learner and how to deal with it and also how they learn. And now, so let's just go directly to the characteristic of young learner and how to deal with it. Okay, so the first, young learners are get bored easily. Yes, young learner can be get bored easily because they cannot be focused more than 15 minutes. So what things we can do as a teacher to deal with it? Okay, so we as a teacher, we have to provide some activities, some variety of activities that can catch back the student, the young learner focus, so they cannot be easily bored. For example, like maybe in the after you explain about something, after 10 to 15 minutes, you are having like ice breaking, you're having like a game, you're having like a quiz to catch the student focus. But remember, it should be still in the material. Number 2, they are egocentric. Yes, young learners are prefer to talk about themselves, and activities that focus on their lives are their cup of tea. So in addition to that, children under 12 years old, they need individual attention and approval from the teacher, so to balance their egocentric. So that's kind of the way how to deal with it. That's how teacher can do for the egocentric characteristic of young learner. Number 3, they are imaginative. Yes, young learners are very imaginative. They really like to think with their imagination. So it's like when we as a teacher explaining about something in front of the class, so young learner is what the things that they love to do is imagine something that inside their head. So what things we can do as a teacher to deal with it? So we can provide the activities that full of imagination is a source because that is a source of enjoyment for them. So like what, for example, like maybe the quiz game, like guessing animal, you can use gestures, so the student, the young learner can imagine what is the animal that I have to answer, what is the right answer, like that. That's one of the example. Number 4, they prefer concrete activities. Yes, young learner are very prefer to concrete activities because they are young learners. They cannot assume something in abstract. They cannot use some like kind of for example, like a definition of blah 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 is blah blah blah. They cannot assume that, they cannot catch that. So they need a concrete things. For example, like we are explaining to them about some the kind of animal, we can show them the picture or the video of the animal itself. So they need a concrete media or a realia. So that's things that we can do as a teacher to deal with. 5, they imitate. So young learners, they are learning by imitating adults. It's very amazing how a tiny human can imitate something from a very young age. So children acquire communicating skills through social interactions, through seeing how people around them talk, how people around them doing activities. So we as a teacher, we should give them a good role model for them, so the young learner can imitate something good. Okay, and that's some of the characteristic of the young learner. Yes, sometimes it's really hard to teach young learner because they have a really strong characteristic, a variety characteristic. So we as a teacher should give more energy, we should give more dedication to teach them, but it's really fun. But teaching young learner is really fun because sometimes for seeing them like laughing when we are seeing them like dancing, doing activity, it's really fun to see, and it's the joy of teaching young learner. And next, so how do young learner learn? According to Brunner, Vygotsky, and Piaget, young learner are a very active learner, or we can say a kinesthetic learner. So we, as a teacher, should be creative. Creative like what? So we can provide some variety of activities that can make them learn actives like game, like quiz, like that. And you have to make sure to give them the introduction to the material so they will know what will they learn. And yes, maybe that's all from me. I'm sorry if my explanation is really complicated and hard to understand because I'm still learning. And maybe that's all. I'm Nazwar Syihab. XOXO, Nazwar Syihab signing out. Bye-bye.